If you can relate to a maintenance and repair parts area that looks like the ones shown here, and would like an area like one of these, you should be interested in what I am going to tell you. I'm a Bowman salesman. Like most salesmen, I have customers whom I call on regularly. A product line which I'm proud of because of its quality and dependability. And I have the full support of a great company with a computer, engineering laboratories, and a lot of very helpful people who fill my orders and ship what I sell from a modern warehouse located close to my customers. Like most good professional salesmen, I make a good living. But unlike a lot of other salesmen I meet, I feel I have a very satisfying job because I feel that what I do helps people. In our company, salesmen get satisfaction from sales and service. In fact, it's our company motto, service by design. But it's more than a motto. It's the Bowman way. It's the Bowman job. Let me show you. This is a picture of a large industrial account as it looked when I began calling on them several years ago as a Bowman salesman. This is a picture of that same shop as it looks today. This is a picture of a large auto dealership as it looked when I began calling on it in 1973. This is that same auto parts department as it looks today. Needless to say, the management of these places was very proud and happy about the changes that took place. So are the people who work there, and so am I, because the conversion from this to this is a service which I performed as a Bowman salesman. I'd like to show you this service to reenact right before your eyes how these changes came about. It won't take long. In fact, with the aid of film, we can almost instant replay the remaking of this particular department. As the Bowman salesman who serves your account, I would continually inventory your stock, and with your permission, make a complete survey of the merchandise you have on hand to determine what you use most and what you don't use, your obsolete material. I use an inventory checklist where I can detail information on everything you use. I determine the sizes, grades, and thread style for all your fasteners. And I check paints, chemicals, welding alloys, equipment and supplies, maintenance items, wire and terminals, lighting, shop supplies, tools, safety equipment, parts, ignition, filters, accessory items, brass fittings, hose, and a host of other products. I check with you and make notes of how you store your inventory, how you identify your parts, where you use them, and your reordering and restocking procedure. In evaluating this particular account, we decided the gasket board was a space waster and could be better stocked in the department by part number. This would give us the entire wall for small parts and fasteners. We decided to reuse the one bolt bin the account had, the one 4-drawer cabinet, and an open shelf cabinet from the service department. I made a planograph. I used scale model representations of Bowman equipment and paste them down to create an image of the finished department as I visualize it. The account wanted space for copper tubing and wire. They told us the fire extinguisher had to remain on that wall. Since I used the survey information I've gathered to evaluate the planograph, I see to it that I have a place for everything, and that related items are grouped together in the most logical and compact way. When I have discussed the planograph with you as a customer and have your authorization, I begin the conversion process. I order the equipment needed. When it arrives, I take off my coat and begin. In this installation, we started from the bare wall, installed a pegboard the customer wanted, and began to move the bolt bins into place. The one bin will hold fasteners with SAE threads, along with nuts and flat washers. The second one has USS bolts positioned by size according to the planograph. I set the new stock in place in the box. Then labeling begins. When I have everything labeled and the new stock in place, I bring out the old stock and put it away. To do this, I use another sales tool, berry boxes. These help me take your current stock from its present storage area, sort it, and transport it to its new home. Somebody at Bowman really thought this through a long time ago, because I have a briefcase, part of my equipment, that contains all of the materials needed for the job. The labels are ready to go. They are designed to fit. They're easy to install and informative. Oh, if I'm in doubt about size or thread, Bowman has provided a bolt gauge so I can make sure. I've even got a magnet to help me get those little parts that hide in the back corners of the old bins. When your bolt bins are set, I can price each item on the label if you want. Or I can put a maximum minimum inventory range on each bin to aid your inventory control. Or I can do both, or neither, depending on your need. See it again. Bins in place, each compartment labeled, your stock transferred, easy. Next, I tackle the small parts. Again, Bowman has designed trays and cabinets to accommodate most of them. A line of assortment trays for shims, terminals, screws, cotter pins. The various tray compartments are set differently from one tray to another, but the trays are easy to use because each setup is shown on a pre-printed lid label which pictures the part that goes into each compartment. I can transfer existing stock into trays, or I can supply pre-packed trays with assorted sizes of popular items depending on your needs. The nice thing about these trays is they identify the parts when you go to the trade, or they allow you to take the tray to the job if you want. Once again, set the cabinets, label the tray, locate the stock, put it away. Now I'm ready for the rest of the fastener line. In this installation, we put in a Bowman setup. Bowman is a self-locking cap screw with the unique locking thread cold rolled on the external bolt threads so that it locks with a spring-like action when mated with the internal threads of a blind hole. That means it holds, even in places subject to shock and vibration, and it won't back out. Most places today have a need for metrics as well as standard fasteners, and Bowman has them. Because we have all three metric thread styles, we have color-coded them. Orange for fine thread, blue for standard thread, and purple for the Japanese thread. And we have color-coded our bin labels to make proper selection easy. They wanted a place for some chemicals, paints and other maintenance and quick service items. So in this installation, we took a cabinet from the service department, repainted it, and made it look like new. Help separate and organize a variety of miscellaneous products, tools, shop supplies, or parts. Most products we supply have special racks, dispensers, or cabinets. Like this one that holds bar stock. This one for welding alloy. Or this one I've installed for wire. You see, the bars hold the full wire spools, allowing the mechanic to reel off the length he needs, measure it on the scale at the side of the fixture, and cut it to fit the job. To finish this installation, I only had to hang the tubing on the pegboard and remount the fire extinguisher. When I'm done, I check the whole installation out with you, comparing the planograph and the finished installation. As I make this changeover for a customer, invariably we find some merchandise that's a little dusty, some treasures that have been lost in the shuffle, that have grown old and obsolete. And I make a list of these items, so you know what this obsolete material consists of. As another service that many of my customers appreciate, Bowman can help you dispose of obsolete products. We have a plan under which we will give you the current book value for your obsolete stock, as long as it has not been used, regardless of how old it is, and regardless of where or from whom it was purchased. We give you the current book value plus 10% to help defray shipping costs, and we give you that amount as a credit against your future purchases from us. I guess that really needs more explanation, so let's do it with an example. Assume you have a lot of obsolete parts, a few seat covers, a half-dozen mirrors, and an Etzel radiator or two that are still unopened, but kind of old. And let's assume these items have a book value today of $1,000, including the 10% allowance we would give you for shipping. We would establish a credit for you for $1,000. Now let's assume you order $300 worth of Bowman merchandise. We would give you a 20% discount on that bill, $60. Charge you $240 and reduce your credit with us by $60, from $1,000 to $940. This obsolescence plan does a couple of things. It gets the obsolete material out of your inventory and out of your way. This frees up some space and some money, and that helps you to have the space and money to install our recommended setup. And of course it helps us. If you have a credit balance with us, you'll try to buy whatever you can from us to take advantage of it. So I not only set up the department in an efficient, modern, well-organized way, I get rid of the old and obsolete merchandise and convert that liability into an asset. The people I deal with usually are as proud of their installation as I am, and they often invite the owner, bookkeeper, and others in to admire it. They smile and they thank me for the things accomplished. And I'm proud of it too, and I take pictures. Again, because a satisfied customer is the best-selling aid I know. I collect pictures like this. Small installations with just a few cabinets. Medium-sized ones, or giant installations with rows of merchandise. They're fun to do and satisfying. I'm not as fast as film, but it really doesn't take long to make a changeover. And once it's done and operating with a place for everything and everything in place, I don't stop. I continue to check stock for you, to service the bins that are running out, and to remove anything that doesn't move. After a while, some of the guys say I'm the best inventory clerk they never hired. You see, when I say I'm a salesman with Bowman Products Division of Associated Spring Corporation, I'm only telling half the truth, because I'm really a sales service representative, a guy who gets his income from sales and gets his sales from service. I don't expect you to give me your business. I want to earn it. There are lots of salesmen calling on my accounts. They write orders and they deliver good merchandise. But I help the customers I call on do their job with less panic, with fewer ulcers, with service by design. And to me, that is a satisfying way to make a living.